in the group behind us, there was a girl, and when she saw Zetsu, she said, and I quote, "Ew, get him off the screen." And then in a higher pitched voice said, "You're not welcome here." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, what?"
Amazing.
Oh my god,
amazing. Hello and welcome to That Time We Hosted a Podcast, also known as That Time Podcast, the only show reborn into this world to do what every anime fan hates the most: go out into the public. I'm one of your big three hosts, Marcelo, joined as always by my co-host, helocentrism enthusiast Ian.
I'm a heretic, yes.
As well as chronic anime intro listener, Zach.
We never skip the intros.
I always skip the intros. But that's a discussion for later on in the episode.
You're also
boys?
you're also a heretic for that.
Pull my nails or something. Have y'all been?
Oh, I've been cool. How about y'all?
I've been good. Checking out some new anime and playing a lot of Monster Hunter, and everybody should be watching Orb.
Orb, this is your message to go ponder the Orb.
Yeah. Also, while we're talking about animes we're watching and getting news out of the way, Ian has watched and caught up to the first season of Apothecary Diaries. Everybody,
I sure did. Yeah,
wrap it up.
I watched it with my wife. We both enjoyed it very much. It was pretty good. It's been pretty good so far.
Boom.
Heck,
Are we all
yeah.
into season 2 or not yet?
Not
I am
yet.
caught up with season 2.
I haven't either. So
Probably this week though.
Before any of us forget, I'm gonna plug this at the beginning of the episode rather than at the end. We have social media. Go find us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, probably TikTok. We post our episodes on YouTube and on Spotify, on
Amazon Music,
Apple Podcasts, and Napster, Friendster, Huckster, and
we're also on LimeWire
LimeWire. You got to download it, but
and FrostWire.
you will get a virus.
Yeah.
No way around it. And yeah, just comment on our episodes, on our posts. Tell us what you want us to hear, what you want to hear us talk about. Ask us questions. Give us hot takes. Engagement. We love to see it. And thank you for listening.
For sure. I believe, other than our first episode, the last one, the Fujimoto episode we did, had our highest views, and there's people talking and stuff, so we love to see that happening. But yeah, without further ado, the truth is, about a week ago, we did what not many of us do: go out in public together and leave our houses. It was crazy.
Never.
Nah, just kidding. But
Not to touch grass. It was crazy.
Yeah.
What did we go out? What did we go out to do?
We went out and enjoyed the Naruto Symphonic Experience.
That we did.
It was pretty sick. Basically, it wasn't. I don't know about y'all. It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. And I guess maybe we can just do like a quick. Do we agree? Were the expectations the reality? I personally thought it was gonna be like them running through different intros, or like more iconic ones, and or just hitting all the Naruto like themes. Because I bought the vinyl for this experience, but on the vinyl it's mostly just like the themes that are all played differently with live instruments,
like the score of the show.
Correct. Yeah. What about you guys?
I think I have the same expectation as you. I thought it was just gonna be just a concert, obviously with the theme and go through all the OSTs and all that stuff. But it turned out to be way better than I expected, to be honest. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's I'm kind of in the same boat with y'all. I was like, I assumed they would play like the hits, the Rising Fighting Spirit and Sadness and Sorrow and Afternoon and Konoha, and you'd just be like, yeah, oh, I know that song, and they did do that, but not like so they basically did like a clips version of the first half of Naruto and then played music to specific moments in it.
Yes. Which was really cool. I mean, it definitely I haven't watched like the first part of Naruto in a while, and it aged like wine. Like, no disrespect to other anime that are still running that I love near and dear to my heart, but the Naruto anime, and I think it got redone in Blu-ray, but like it doesn't matter. It's just recoloring. It's not like they redid the entire first arc. I'm looking at you, One Piece. But no, it was amazing. I definitely like there was parts where I definitely got goosebumps, and I was like, oh. But yeah, how was it, you guys, for like when the show first got going?
I think for me, because I didn't, well, I really liked Naruto when it aired. I saw the whole thing, but I never went back to it at all. So to me, it was kind of like reconnecting with like that time of my life too, and I don't know, dude. Just listening to all those things, I was like, damn, dude. I remember all this shit, like kind of the nostalgia kicking in, and I don't like nostalgia things, but this is so much different. This is just like something to remind you of, you know, the whole story that you went through and watched and enjoyed, and even like reliving some of those moments that they showed in the concert was pretty awesome to see again, you know. So yeah, I was super happy with it, to be honest.
Yeah, I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. Getting to, obviously, like you said, Ian, it's very nostalgic. That was like, you know, brought me back to like, you know, the early 2000s with like, you know, seeing the clips, which they had some of the anime audio, like with the voices and stuff in sub, not dub, thank God. And no offense to the dub cast, but obviously subs are better. We're not having this argument right now.
That being said, I did watch the first part of Naruto all dubbed.
Oh God,
that's my childhood, bro. Whatever, get over it.
I can't
listen. I watched that shit with fan subs, bro. 3 parts on YouTube each episode. So
yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Those were the good old times.
And I couldn't imagine sitting through like 200 episodes of Sakura going Naruto. But no, it was cool. The show was great. I think the only there was only like 2 things that kind of like were kind of not, I think, the best. One was just like, I think the 2 people that they had as vocalists there, who their entire job was going ha suya ha he. And which is, I mean, you gotta have it. That's very essential to the Naruto soundtrack. But also just like they're like, I don't know, what was the thing they did at the beginning of the show where they're like, when we say Rock Lee, you say Guy Sensei, and I was like,
I'm not saying that. Yeah.
Please.
To give them a little credit though, whenever they had to sing by themselves, like you know, any other songs, they did pretty good.
Yeah, they handled the Japanese lyrics pretty well. The other thing was there were a couple of semi-obnoxious anime fans in the audience.
I can't believe you're bringing this shit
No,
up, bro.
I will bring it up because this is the one chance I get to complain about people in the audience and have no and potentially have more people hear about it. Get it off my chest. I have this thing. If you go on our social media and you look at like my my character info card, you'll see my pet peeve is like people who like talk or use their phones during the movies.
Okay.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. You came here for a show. Why are you talking in the middle of a show? Right? and the people behind us were colorful in their what do you want to call it? Their commentary and their reactions to things. But it was minimal. But
can I come to their defense?
No.
So that they don't think we're all in the same boat here. Yeah, I will come to their defense.
Okay.
Literally at the beginning of the show. At the beginning of the show,
you're right. No,
the two people you're talking about.
You're right.
We're literally like, guys, we want you to really enjoy the show. So if you really enjoy a moment, we want to hear it.
Yeah, they were encouraging people to.
And I guess Zach did not agree.
No. Absolutely, this is fair. Except you weren't there for the worst of it because you left halfway.
What are you
through.
talking about? I was there the whole time.
Oh right, yeah, no. We're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And
sorry guys. Truth be told, the show, although exceptional, was on the longer side, longer than we expected.
The show was like what, 4 hours, 4.5.
If you without the break, it was like 3:30 or some shit like that.
God.
And I worked the next day at 6 a.m. and I needed to drive 2 hours back, so I decided to, cut the show a little bit early for me and my fiance. That being said, and we'll get into it, why I didn't feel too bad leaving. But yeah, go back to your fan talk.
Right. Okay. So I would say when you were there, it was mostly fine. And by the way, seeing people there in like full cosplay was somewhere between cool and cringy in the kind of way that only anime fans can be. But was it like, I think it was like the front row. There was like a Jiraiya, a Tsunade, an Orochimaru, and a fourth Hokage all sitting together.
As they should be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really mind the cosplay or anything as long as everybody showers and uses deodorant. So, I
mean, you really hope these days. It was kind of like going to like SuperCon or something.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah. That was cool. Can we talk about getting there and the before the show started?
Yes.
Like the show was in Miami, so it was definitely a bit of a shit show getting there because anything that has to do with Miami, it's like, yeah, the map says 45 minutes. Let's leave an hour and 30 behind, and we got there 5 minutes late.
Yeah, I know exactly. Also, the venue did not advertise where to go, so we walked into one building and they're like, no, it's over in that building over there. And
yeah.
In
true Miami fashion. I know, Chris, I know you don't listen to this, but I hate Miami, and there's nothing you could do to change my mind.
Ugly city, constantly being built.
It's a nightmare.
That being said, though, when we got there, the building was really nice, and they had like a really speedy and really good setup for like the fan merch.
Oh yeah.
And so I did have to get a t-shirt, I did have to get a poster, and I got some pins too.
I also got the t-shirt and the pins.
I just got like an Akatsuki hoodie because I like Akatsuki.
Yeah. And our beloved Jared got one of everything. Jared is a homie of ours that also a thorough anime enjoyer, and he got the tote, he got the shirt, he got the pins, he got the poster.
You know what Zach, you should tell us the short story of when you met Jared with the Naruto shirt.
Oh yes.
Well, so yes, and this is the reason Ian brings this up, and this is because anime connects us all, and Naruto is obviously one of the shows. Everybody watches Naruto. Everyone knows Naruto. This is right when I moved to South Florida. I used to live up in Georgia, and I knew about Naruto because I read Shonen Jump. I would buy the Shonen Jump when it was here in America, and so I was a fan of Naruto, and it was just not long after I moved to Florida. I was like, 13? And I had just gotten into moving from reading the manga in Shonen Jump to watching the anime 3 clips at a time, fan subbed on YouTube, as was the official way to watch anime before things like Crunchyroll and stuff. Yeah. And so at that, I was already into like the whole like, the listening to the subs, and I knew like, it was cringy to like the dub. I'm sorry, Marcelo. That's just the way it is. I can't help it.
Dude, you watch anime in English too. You're like, oh, but if you go to the 90s, it was the Renaissance era.
It was.
It's the same shit.
No,
the same language, bro.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. Dubs in the 90s were a different beast altogether. We're not talking about
because you have nostalgia with it.
I don't know about that.
It's the same thing, but okay, that's a different episode.
but yeah. So obviously in the dub, it's everyone knows Naruto will go believe it, and so when I met Jared the first time, our friend Jared, he was wearing a shirt that said "Believe it," and I went up to him and I said, I hate your shirt. He was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, no, I like Naruto, but I hate the dub. So, and then I think I was the one who got him into like watching it on YouTube. Maybe he might refute that. That's okay if he does. But then he got onto that anime internet sub life, and I don't think he ever looked back.
And you guys been friends for 20-something years?
Yeah, since.
That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, that was 2004, 2005. So, yeah, about 20 years.
Yeah.
All because of Naruto. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to bring it up.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Naruto believed in all of us, for sure. In English. In Japanese, he doesn't believe in anybody. It makes sense when you think about it.
It's true.
It's a good joke. But yeah, okay, so we all did our buying and stuff, and then we got into our seats. Zach met his besties for the concert, aka his backdoor, the people behind him.
My back door. Listen, I didn't know them that well. Also, can I say, we had like the best fucking seats in the house. We were on the mezzanine.
Oh yeah,
on that balcony.
That was nice.
Overlooking everything. No one in our way. Just perfect.
I told you. I just want to say that I fought for those seats. When you look back in the chat, I'm the one that said.
I know you did.
Thank you.
Show.
Wow, thank you, Ian. Really did that for me.
Eyewitness.
For those of you guys that are not watching, which is literally everybody because we don't record video, I kissed Ian.
And I received
it. But no, so then obviously they did the two hype people that like did the kind of got the crowd going, and then they were like, so here you're gonna experience all 220 episodes of Naruto. And I was like,
You're like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
We're going to be here till next month, bro.
I was like second guessing what she said. I was like, wait, what? Like...
Yeah, Ian's like, does she know what she's talking about?
Well, it's because when they advertise the show, they're like featuring music from the first 220 episodes. So you're like, okay, I know what that means.
And what that actually meant was that they had chopped down all 220 episodes into about 4 hours, which is still quite a bit of time. And then, as Zach has said earlier, basically they keyed on in some really important moments that were followed, that are iconic, not only because of what happened, but also the music that went alongside it. And they would play all those moments live. It was really cool, like especially I will say towards the like second half of the first half of the show. Does that make sense?
The
second half of the first segment of the show, it got a little bit like repetitive because obviously the way that Naruto works is like the music hits because by the time you're like on the 10th season, you're like, oh shit's about to go down when you hear the music, you know? Like Naruto's about to like go, the Kurama chakra is about to come out of him, you know?
Right.
But when you hear everything for the first time, like, especially honestly, like the first episode, where they did the Iruka protecting Naruto and all that stuff, that's where I feel like they did the most amount of songs for the bit of the episode. And everything sounded 10 out of 10. But like we said, and this is one of my qualms with the episode. It it did towards the end get a little bit repetitive because you can only hear the same themes so many times before you're just watching the episodes. I don't know what you think about that, guys, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I think the focus was to enjoy the highlights while they play the music. So that's kind of how I approached it. Cause like if I'm focusing on like how many different songs are they gonna play, I was probably gonna be like, oh, again, you know. But like I said, I for me it was great because I haven't seen Naruto since it came out. So I was just like, you know, reminiscing all those like moments of the show. So for me it was perfect, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I would say. So it's funny when you're watching the show. I mean, Naruto, like a lot of series, they use a leitmotif like with their music, where this bit of music symbolizes this character, this bit of music symbolizes this thing happening. It's like when Kurama or Naruto goes into the Demon Fox mode, they whip out them woodwinds and flutes, and it's like, ooh, that's meant to convey the power, whatever. And so in an episode, that makes it feel like really hype. But then when you hear it for like the fourth time in the span of like an hour, you go, okay, I get it. That being said, obviously they hit a lot of really great moments. They hit the scene with Naruto being protected by Iruka, the fight on the bridge with Haku, the Rock Lee fight. It was great.
That shit.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And I do feel like, this is just me, they omitted some pretty, I feel like, big moments. Okay. No.
Say the moment you're thinking is not that big.
It's not.
It's a good fight, but it's not that big.
Say this. They didn't show like the first Kakashi's first Raikiri on the bridge, which I feel like is like one of those big like moments of like, oh, this dude is like next level like crazy. Yeah. But yeah, no, they didn't show Shikamaru versus Tamari. I'm sorry. it's a great fight. It's like one of the best moments. He's the only person in the fucking Chunin exams who got promoted. I feel like he's
okay. But I'm sorry, Zach, but when I think of that fight, I'm not like, wow, the music that accompanied it really was game changing.
So then that's fine. He's got a great bit of kind of like chill music that plays during that fight. It's fine. I can live without it. What's crazy is like in the second half, they dedicate a lot of time to the Tsunade arc.
Yes, they should.
Yeah. Queen. And then I feel like they fit the entire Sasuke retrieval arc in like half an hour, if that. It was literally like Sasuke leaves the village, shows him going with the Sound 4, Kimimaro shows up, Naruto.
Wait, I have
Sasuke
a question.
fight.
I have a question because this could be like a missed opportunity for like a big flute moment. Which can I say? The girl playing the flute carried hard.
Are you talking to Taiyo?
Oh yeah, she was amazing.
You think?
Yeah, did they show the Taiyo?
No, they didn't.
Oh, that's fucked.
They didn't show Choji versus Dorobo. They didn't show Neji versus Kidomaru. They didn't.
No, but I'm thinking specifically Tayuya uses the flute to like control the.
No,
and that would have been like kind of like if we're doing episodes, like do the music one, you know?
It would, yeah, you'd think. They showed like the very beginning of Rock Lee versus Kimimaro, but like didn't actually show it happening.
Did they show Drunken Fists?
No.
Damn.
They cut. I mean, I get it. It's like we're just here to.
Obviously their focus was on like moments that like rely heavy on the music, you know, and like if you think about Drunken Fist Rock Lee, it's just pa 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 pa, just punches, you know.
Right. Yeah, and I mean,
like.
Considering we even got the Rock Lee versus Gaara fight when like almost every other side fight was cut out is saying,
Yeah. No, I think for me it was just like the expectation of like if I'm going to a music event, I thought I was gonna get like a big breath of music, you know, and it was like kind of concentrated into like the key themes, and so I thought it was gonna be like. I don't know. When I go to a concert, the band should play all different
Right,
songs, and Naruto played the greatest hits, but they played them like more than a couple of times, you know.
To me, basically,
Yeah,
it
they
was
whipped
like
out-
theater, but watching it in a screen instead of like having live actors.
Exactly. Yeah.
They whipped out Afternoon in Konoha a few times, and I was like, by the second one, I was like, you did this.
My only, and I'll repeat it again after the statement because I don't want people to think I'm a negative Nancy from the show. My only other qualm with the show, and it was like minor, but I feel like the sound mixing was a little bit, like it could have been a little bit better. Like the volumes of different instruments could have like been a little bit higher to like, because I've listened to all these themes so much that I'm like, there's a difference. I'm not saying that they didn't play everything right. Like I could hear everything and they were playing amazing. Like the people are so talented, but I have heard the Naruto themes enough to know I'm like, this was supposed to be a little bit louder here so that it sounds exactly like, you know. And if this is a show they're running through the entire country or in a lot of big cities, I'm like, I thought that was gonna be a little bit more.
I feel like sometimes
you know?
with live music, the venue also matters. Like, because I feel like they were using like in-house stuff too. And it was probably not the most ideal thing for like the concert that they wanted to pull. I mean, I didn't have like a big issue with it, but you know, I see what you mean though.
I think where it comes from is like when you listen to the Naruto soundtrack, like in an episode, or if you listen to it isolated, like as part of just like a vinyl or on YouTube or whatever, you're hearing a whole orchestra going at it. And like obviously everything in a studio is going to sound very clean and very focused. This was like, I'm not going to say like, obviously the music was great, but like I kind of felt like the accompaniment was very bare bones. There was like there were two drummers, one person on flutes, strings was just like four dudes in the back. They had one guy on guitar, one guy on electric guitar, and like someone playing the shamisen.
Yeah, when I hear symphonic experience, for sure, I think like a big assembly.
Yes, that was one of the things I was like, oh, it's a small band. That's the only thing that I saw. I was like, okay, I guess, you know, like.
and then
yeah,
two
it was a
go,
musical experience. Yeah, it was a musical experience, not quite a symphonic experience.
Yeah,
it was a great one nonetheless. Like I said, honestly, the people. Also, something that was really cool about the concert is like you could tell that the people that were playing loved the music. Like I don't know the guitar guy in the fucking zone every time he was playing. And then the flute girl sang like every single song, and also carried hard. Like she was switching between like the wooden one and the band, the American band one. I don't know if it's American or whatever, but you get me. Yeah. She was switching between both flutes, and she was like enjoying like this is like the gig of her life, you know.
and she was also
which was really cool to see.
She was wearing her headband Sakura style, like on the top of her head.
Yes, sir.
Does the Naruto soundtrack
honestly,
like stick with you guys on your daily life? Like, do you ever go through a moment and then you start imagining the music like playing in the background, or is it just me trying to be like a real life anime character?
I don't know if only Naruto, but I definitely had music that sticks with me.
Because whenever I go to Popeyes and they don't give me like a sauce. Like that
sadness
yeah,
and sorrow.
Dude. Oh my god, bro! Every single time I'm just like, and I don't want to destroy the food, so I grab the paper bag and I just like crunch it with my hand really hard, and you know I just keep driving.
Oh man,
I will say, go ahead, Zach. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say I bet that hits really hard when it's raining too.
Oh my god, you have no idea.
Yeah. For me, it's not Naruto, but like for me, one song that for whatever reason sticks in my head, like lives rent free in my head, and like whenever I'm doing like a workout or something, it comes in. Number 1 from Bleach.
Okay.
That shit is hype as hell, bro.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I hear that and I'm like, all right, time to PR. You know.
Yeah, for sure. It's funny, you know, if I had mentioned this back when we saw the show, and I don't know if you were there for it, Marcelo. It might have been after you left while you were in the bathroom. But I said, like, I really hope for all of the things that the show maybe didn't do the way we wanted or whatever, it was a good time, and I really hope it is extremely successful, which I think it will be, because I mean it was pretty packed when we were there.
It was packed.
But I really hope this is a a big thing, because I would like Viz, who I
think sponsored this, right?
Sponsored
like,
the
it
whole
was an
thing.
official event, right?
They also
Yes,
have the
sir.
license for a lot of anime IPs.
Yeah, and so I hope they look at this. I hope it's very financially successful, where they go, oh, people want this. Let's do One Piece. Let's do Dragon Ball. Let's do Bleach.
High School DxD.
High School DxD. Let's
That's
fuck
crazy
you.
work.
because I will say Naruto is a good soundtrack, and it's got its bangers. But
it's great. Don't disrespect it like that.
No. But it's. I feel like a lot. It's not like the kind of, when I think of like an orchestra, I don't necessarily, my mind doesn't jump to Naruto, because a lot of it is like solo instruments doing stuff.
For sure.
Like if they did One Piece, I want like a fucking 100-man orchestra hitting that.
We're reviving
bro.
Hitting
Beethoven
that
for that.
hitting that to the Grand Line. Are you kidding me?
If they play Bing Saki, I'm gonna tear up. I know for sure.
There you go. And then like if I would love to see a Attack on Titan concert, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I would love to see more of these different properties. Viz, this is your like free money printing machine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I feel like if they ever did something like that, though, like where they wanted to cover a lot of things, it would be like a stationary show. Like it would be like Universal, like one of the Universal Studios like locations, and they're like, for the next month we're gonna have this big band. You guys can, if you're going to the park, or like make your way to the location. Kind of how like Blue Man Group had like an act that they just like always ran in location.
Yeah.
Because it is, I feel like it will be easier to find talent and hire them for like that period of time. Than like if they had to like bus around an airplane around like the 100 people that you want or whatever. Obviously an exaggeration, but like
if it's financially feasible, then like
you're making,
and who knows,
that's
like
what I'm.
I think this was kind of their first time doing this, so maybe they learn a lot of lessons. Oh, we can hire more people. We can have a bigger talent pool to work with. More locations. I don't know.
Dude, Marcelo, I can't stop thinking about Blue Man Group now. I have so many questions, dude. Like,
go ahead.
Okay, so
I've never seen them.
Do they paint their whole
clarify.
body, or just like their hands and their head?
Whole body.
No, I think they were what.
It has
body.
to be, because like,
They were actually
what if they're
born
running
blue?
late to the
They
show
go-
and they have to like get the makeup done? They just pull out like a little vase on his car, and they start like
Yeah.
putting
Yeah,
the
they
blue
get-
paint on their face and stuff.
They go into
Maybe.
the backstage and they blew themselves.
I think actually I think what they do is they fill like a tub full of like blue dye, and every day before the show starts they just take a dip in that thing, and then boom, a little bit of candle wax on their face so the sweat doesn't bother them.
They gotta have that sheen, that real,
and then you start hitting on some tubes.
It's like when you put a condom in your
and
head, but it's like a blue condom, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's like science.
Yeah. The ripped ones.
And it was interesting. On top of all the Naruto soundtrack stuff, they also played almost all of the intros. They played Rocks. They played Haruka Kanata. They saved Fighting Dreamers for the very end. Marcelo, I'm so sorry you were not there for that.
That's all right. Ian was enough of a chat to record it for me.
Yeah.
And it's really funny because they were like trying to really hype up the audience, and I think the audience did get hyped up, but like it was funny just seeing like down at the very edge of the stage where they were like reaching out to the audience, and there was like maybe 10 people like
Dude, what's the name of the band who plays that song? I forgot. Do you guys remember?
I'm googling.
It is Flow.
Flow.
So I think Flo did a
Yeah,
concert
it's-
last year in Texas, and they sold out the shit.
That's awesome.
So I
Amazing.
was thinking about what Zach was saying about, you know, there's definitely a market for it.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, we saw not related to anime, but also like outside of this side of the hemisphere. We saw Baby Metal not too long ago, and that
Yeah,
show was
yeah.
packed.
That was
Well,
so
they're
great.
having a new tour this year, so.
Yes, sir.
And
We might have
Did
to.
you guys
Well,
hear
and I
the new
think-
song, the one with Poppy?
yeah, it was pretty good.
Yes.
It was pretty good.
Bro.
But also, like,
Love that.
speaking of anime, like, as a medium, I think once they started doing those the Demon Slayer movie and all that shit, like, now they want to do more stuff like that. So I see every time a new season is coming out, like, they did it with like Dan, they did it with Solo Leveling. They did, what's the other one, Slam Dunk, they brought it over here.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're getting
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man in October.
So I feel like things are changing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, like anime is bigger than it's ever been. Period. Like worldwide.
Yeah.
So
new-
I
a
just
new
wish
age
the
is dawning.
7-Elevens here were like the ones in Japan, but you know, I can
never
never
happening.
It's you can't
Not
pay
even.
someone minimum wage and have them keep the place as nice as konbinis are in Japan.
I think he means like the perfect like
One-stop
restaurant grade
shop.
sushi that they have in the 7-Eleven in Japan.
I
they
mean,
definitely don't have the
what, you-
pizza with like
you-
the rat droppings in it.
shit.
Sorry, I wasn't
Okay.
trying to say shit, bro.
You don't like American 7-Eleven sushi, Marcelo?
No, I do occasionally enjoy non-rat droppings pizza though from 7-Eleven. But here's the thing. When I get it, I get the full pizza, so I get it fresh out the wrapper.
That's very smart. That's very
Fresh
smart.
out the wrap.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know, it's kind of like an insurance on it.
The only like gas station I will buy food from is like Wawa.
Yeah. Because I
Shout out
remember
Wawa.
eating like a couple of hot dogs from 7-Eleven once when I didn't know it was that bad. And literally, I feel like I got Orochimaru's curse after eating those 2 hot dogs for a couple days in the toilet.
Your arms just stop
Yeah,
working.
everything stopped working. Oh my god. I was just like a living butthole.
And,
I was gonna say something, but it's too out of pocket. But I think with this, sorry, and then we'll go back to anime. I promise, fans. But 7-Eleven, I think it's just like depending, like you gotta know where to go. You know,
Of course,
like
yeah.
next to Katie's house, not it. But there's one nearby where I live, and I'm like, I had to use the toilet there one time because it was an emergency, and like pristine. You know, like it was amazing.
I will say,
And
I
I'm
went
like, they
to
care about this
visit my
job.
sister. She lives in Texas, and there was like a newly opened 7-Eleven there. Dude, everything was like beautiful. I tried every single taquito, and I didn't die.
Wow.
So
That's
I feel like
amazing.
it's a pretty good achievement.
Segueing back from this 7-Eleven pizza
Buc-ee's.
talk.
By the way, Buc-ee's
Sorry,
go to
guys. I
gas
think
station. Thank you.
one of my specialties is going on side quests when we're talking about anything. So.
No, I think side quests are so great. What's the thing that Jing Freaks says at the end of Hunter x Hunter? Like, you know, take advantage of the side adventures. That's where the story is. I'm not your real dad. Gone.
Right. Something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, circling back. So yeah, it's a great show. I really had a good time. I'm glad I went. Only
9
thing,
out of 10 would recommend.
Yes. Only thing was just the people behind us. You weren't there for it. Is like the very when they came back from the when they came back.
Do
from
you
the
like fight them or
intermission-
something?
No. One of them wanted to fight me though.
Were words exchanged? What do you say?
A little bit. So when the show came back from the intermission, everyone was applauding, and the guy right behind me, at the top of his lungs, which no one else was doing, he just bellowed like "Yeah!" really loud, and I turned around and I was just like, "Okay, please stop." Like it's not funny.
He was just really excited.
And
I'm glad I was in the bathroom for all of that.
And then there was a thing like at the very end, and again, like I have to assume like everyone who's there knows Naruto, knows what happens in it, but at the end of when after Sasuke and Naruto fight and Sasuke runs off and then Kakashi comes and picks up Naruto and then he dips and out of the ground pops Zetsu to kind of be like, haha, I was spying on them the whole time. This is a teaser for the second half of Naruto, right?
My penis has two colors. Sorry,
yes,
you were saying?
It's straight down the
That's
middle.
crazy.
But there's in the group behind us, there was a girl, and when she saw Zetsu, she said, and I quote, "Ew, get him off the screen." And then in a higher pitched voice said, "You're not welcome here." And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what?
Amazing.
Oh my god, bro.
Amazing.
Thank God I didn't hear that shit, bro.
Also, there was a dude behind us who not so bad. I could live with it. It was fine. He was there. He was providing information to, I think, his parents who were there with him, explaining why there were certain translation errors in the subtitles, because they dropped the Uchiwa, Sasuke Uchiwa.
Oh, right.
And he was in the back being like, well, you see, in Japanese, the ha and the wa sound are actually the same character. So, and I'm like, okay, like,
he was doing that.
it's
Also,
fine.
I will say, to kind of like wrap this up as far as like how enjoyable the show was, Katie, who is like a non-Naruto watcher, and my fiance accompanied us, and she's like, I haven't seen Naruto, but because of his experience, I'm kind of down, because it was like pretty hype. Obviously, a lot of the fat was trimmed because of the way the show is put together, but she's like, this looks really good. And I was like, yeah, and the fact that it's from like the early 2000s is even more amazing,
Yeah.
So it was a really cool experience, enjoyable for everybody, like fans and people that don't Naruto alike. So it was really cool.
It's like you said, it's aged like a fine wine.
For sure.
Can
And
I say something real quick? Like, after we were like leaving, for you guys that don't know, Zach has a tattoo on his arm. And
oh yeah, I have many tattoos.
well, yes, but one of them specifically, somebody asked him about it, and I was kind of triggered because he said, like, is that Buggy or Roger?
Yeah, so...
And I'm just
so,
like,
for context...
how do you get Buggy from the tattoo? It's literally, if you read One Piece, is the panel when Roger's like laughing when they say, oh, and he laughed when he saw the One Piece.
Yeah, right.
And it's so, like, if you read the manga, you'll recognize that shit from miles away. So for me, it was just like, how the heck, like, did you get Buggy from that?
Here,
guys,
does this look like it could be Buggy, Marcelo?
Here's the thing. You guys don't know this, but they were onto something. A new Ohara video came out saying that the real One Piece is Buggy's a time traveler who becomes Goldie Roger, and when he dies, he's reborn as the Buggy that was in the original ship.
Oh,
Wait,
God. I think we should. Is
this real?
I hope it's not real. Okay.
No.
Oh,
Absolutely
God.
not.
We have to.
I was going to say, like...
but O'Hara would come up with some
I
shit like
wouldn't
that.
put it past him.
I will send him straight to clean the 7-Eleven bathrooms if that's true.
But yeah, it was a little like
No, that's tough. That's definitely not Buggy. That's not a clown you have on your arm.
But I mean, it's he's having a good time.
Yeah.
They were having a good time, and they were still like, "Hey, cool tattoo," and I was like, "Thanks." And the other thing I was gonna say is all the different Naruto T-shirts we saw there. So many people repping. Obviously, there were the people who were like in cosplay and like good on them, but there were also just people who were like in like their favorite Naruto shirt, which I thought was cool. Mine, which is like the only Naruto shirt I have, it only has all the Naruto shit on the back, so no one ever saw it.
I went in my best Naruto if he was in the Tokyo Revengers universe.
You did
outfit.
the like what do they call it like at like Disney where you're not allowed to cosplay or you're not allowed to dress like a character?
Bounding,
where you have an outfit inspired by yeah.
So I didn't. Me personally, I didn't have anything Naruto, so I brought the closest thing to Kakashi, which is Gojo. So I just brought a Gojo hoodie.
He's
And
double
then-
Kakashi.
Yeah,
He's
and
got
then
both eyes covered.
right, exactly. And then and then I got a hoodie over there.
Yeah,
Amazing.
as one does.
But yeah, no. I think we kind of like inadvertently started dropping what the second half or the last bit of this episode was gonna be, which was like anime music in general, as like how iconic it is, what it the rent that it pays or doesn't pay in our head.
What is y'all's
So, yeah,
favorite? What's y'all's favorite of the? Let's say let's to keep it, within the realm of like controlled
OG.
chaos. Yeah, OG Naruto. What's your favorite intro?
Oh wait, OG or just like Naruto in general?
Like from the first 220 episodes.
Ian, go
damn.
first. Get absolutely
Yeah, I'm
fucked.
really bad with the titles. I will
Or-
have
or
to
like-
listen
or
to
like
it.
from like which section? Like for me, it's probably a toss up between like the third one, which is like from the later half of the tuning exams, or the one from the Sasuke retrieval arc, or No Boy No Cry. That was also awesome, and they didn't play it at the concert, and I was really upset.
I mean, Go or Fighting
Yeah,
Dreamers
go
probably would be
Fighting
mine.
Dreamers. Was there one called Bluebird? I think.
That's from Shippuden, but it's
Yeah,
a goodie.
I think I really got more into the Shippuden ones, if anything.
Yeah. My personal like all time Naruto and Naruto Shippuden one is the one from the Pain arc. I could not tell you. It's Date Sekai. I'm pretty sure is the name of it.
Okay.
That shit hits the hardest for me. Could not tell you
Yes.
why.
I'm googling it. Nothing about Naruto came up. I believe you. I know which one you're talking about though. Even though at that point I was more into the manga, but I like still listen to the what do you call it? The intros. I love Hero's Comeback. The first one from Shippuden is such a banger.
The rapping one.
Yeah.
Everybody stand up.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
yeah,
right.
that was cool.
And I thought it was a very fun kind of like "We're back, motherfuckers" kind of song. Literally
sir.
called "Heroes Come Back."
Because the hero comes back. Wow, that is so deep, Zach.
Wow, it's like the hero was away, but then he came back.
They were like, you know what? Let's make a song about him coming back because he's coming back.
Can I just say a core memory of mine back in the day when I was trying to find Naruto Shippuden dubbed but couldn't because it wasn't all the way out. I went on the Apple Store on my little iPod and I downloaded the first 2 episodes of Naruto Shippuden from the Apple Store for the free. I watched them bad boys and then I struggled to find anything past that. So I transitioned into subbed.
Okay.
Never
wow.
came back,
interesting.
obviously, but
I can say something I remember about that
No, it's
YouTube era of Naruto. That was
for
the
it.
way to watch anime, and I think Bleach had already come out at that point, and I started watching Bleach, and I obviously like it a lot. But then I keep watching it, and I get to a point where I'm like, I'm actually like not enjoying this part of the story. And then I found out years later that I've been like eating up the whole like filler arcs. And I fucking
Fullbringer
dude,
arc or
I
some shit
fucking
like that?
hated
wait,
myself.
Fullbringer's not filler,
no,
right?
No.
No, Fullbringer's
But
in the
like the
manga.
one with the little puppets and then like the vampires or whatever. Oh my god, I hated that
Yes,
shit.
that one. Just like a weird
Holy
one.
shit.
Yeah,
I remember
missed all
dropping
that.
the show just because I hated it so much. And then somebody told me like, oh, like the arc is back, like the one with the rescue Rukia or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then that's when I picked it up like years later. Yeah, but I hated that.
I was a manga only for Bleach, and I only read it like in the last like 4 years. So was it 4
I feel like
years?
it's been more recent
It's-
than that.
Probably 3 years, 2 years. I read it recently, and I liked parts of it. I liked most of it. It's that middle part just wasn't crazy about. But
Yeah.
the beginning and the end.
Zach
Listen.
Zach is a hater of fun things. So
No,
he
no.
hates things like
Soul Society-
Ulquiorra And
So-
he's like, wow, he's an edgelord. The edgelords are cool sometimes.
Soul Society is like almost perfect. 1,000 Year Blood War is pretty cool. Even some stuff with the Arncars is cool. But just like story wise, like storytelling was not perfect. And I'm a stickler for those things.
Do you hate that Mayuri is like Batman but like on the go? Like he has the perfect solution for everything?
No, not really. I mean, that's his shtick. You know, that's his character thing. Is like,
I think
haha,
story wise,
he's
the only
always
thing I hate
prepared.
about Bleach is when they kidnap Orihime because her power was supposed to do something, and then literally they're like,
And
"Oh, I
then-
don't need
and
you
then
anymore." And I'm just like,
And
"What?"
then Aizen was like, actually, I lied. I only kidnapped you to get Ichigo over here. It's like, what?
It was.
By the way, peak outfit is a pretty good outfit.
Oh
for
yeah,
Orihime.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
But yeah, wait. Back to the actual episode. What is like your guys' favorite like new school anime theme intro?
Like how
Whatever you
how
want.
new are we talking? Like in the last like
Last 10 years forward, which
oh,
like
God, let me
because I don't wanna disregard like Attack on Titan is in the last 10 years, so we don't do, you get me, like,
I mean, yeah,
but it's pretty new in the grand scheme of anime.
Attack on Titan. Let me pull up a playlist I have that just has all the like the anime shit.
Most definitely for me, Dandadan.
Oh,
Intros.
absolutely.
That's just my ringtone.
There's this band
literally.
called Men with a Mission, and they have multiple
Oh,
anime intros and openings. Dude, one of my favorite bands. Like overall, it's so good.
Chainsaw Man was great. Kickback. Every opening they did for Mob Psycho.
Yes, dude, they were so good.
Bangers. I will say JJK outro, the first
Lost
one.
in Paradise, that
banger.
one was amazing.
Hell yeah.
Amazing, bro.
I haven't watched the whole series, but the second intro song to Noragami was really good. Yeah, there's just like all kinds. Every One Piece
Is
opening.
anybody
for the
gonna
past
say
20
the Maximum the Hormone song for Death Note? Because I like that one a lot.
Yeah, that's a good one too. What else we got? Hold on, I'm going through my list.
I'm like, I wish I could say more, but I don't watch anime intros
Oh my
as
god,
of
dude,
recent,
some-
the openings for Tokyo Rangers, they're so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, those are
Really
good. Every JoJo opening is fantastic.
Hell yeah. Hunter x Hunter, come on,
Basically
dude.
a
Hunter
music
x Hunter,
show, so it
that
better
ending.
be.
Yeah,
Dude, one of my favorites.
Departure.
Yes.
Oh, every ending of Hunter x Hunter is great, and a good number, not all of, but a good number of the My Hero intro songs are pretty solid.
Yeah, actually.
My Hero's kind of for me.
Yeah, I will say I watched the first episode of Vigilantes. Where we just started the new anime season, and the first episode was interesting. It was cool. I'm willing to give it a shot. It's not written by Horikoshi, so maybe they'll stick the landing. I don't know.
Oh, is the manga still like
Roasted.
ongoing?
I think maybe, probably. Who knows?
I'll check it out.
But more recently, obviously, we had the Zom 100 intro was really great.
Psalm 100, that shit was amazing.
I have a question. Did that season ever
Yeah, it
finish?
did.
Or
Yeah.
I don't, because I gotta go
I think
back and
season
watch it.
2 is
Because I
like,
remember it being some like issue mid-season where they like stopped
yeah,
making
the
it.
director quit or something, or the staff quit or something.
It turns out you can't like do like slave labor and in the anime industry. They tried and it didn't work. Everything fell apart. So you got to treat the animators really well because without them, there's no anime. Here's another one on my list. The first introduction to Shangri-La Frontier
Oh yeah, pretty solid.
Boom.
was pretty.
Which, by the way, for you guys that haven't seen Shangri-La Frontier, banger.
I am
Yes.
watching
And
season
also-
2, actually.
Follow-up announcement. I know we've talked about Gachakuta a lot. Please watch it when it comes out, boys. Zaxa has been reading the manga, has been enjoying the art style and the...
We're telling you to watch it before it becomes popular.
I am
Yes.
22 chapters in.
Hey.
And speaking of good intro songs, all of the Apothecary Diaries intros
Yes.
are awesome and great. And they're those fun intros where like they show like basically everything for the season, for that like half season, but like really cryptically, so you don't really realize what you're seeing until you know what it is. And then you go, oh yeah, that's that from that one episode.
And at the beginning of the episode, we mentioned Orb, but we gotta mention the opening too. Cause,
oh my god,
dude, sometimes I'll be just like doing whatever, like I don't know, doing laundry or whatever, and suddenly I'll be like, Nando demo, like out of nowhere,
dude. Dude, it's like one of those things where it's like it's one of those rare songs where I'm like I actually sat and like listened to it like with the English subtitles to like really like understand the lyrics. I'm like, this is a great song.
Yeah. Also, am I tripping, or was Windbreaker's season 1 intro pretty
really
good too?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
The only ones that I regret not watching because I skipped them because I usually watch that anime when I was like on break from work was Haikyuu. I didn't watch a single one.
Okay. Damn. They're J-poppy.
I do like J-pop, so.
The intro for Daima was pretty good with
that was legendary.
Got, Zed to work on it. That was pretty good.
But yeah, we enjoy music.
And yeah, that's all the anime music we like.
Also, can we wrap up with like non-anime music but anime related stuff?
Sure.
Like Linkin Park.
Like the Red Ranger Isekai finish. It was pretty solid.
Sir.
I did enjoy. Zach, you probably have never gone back to it, right?
No, but I understand that it was, from what I understand, still was pretty good beyond that first episode. And I know that he and the wizard lady doinked in one episode, so that's pretty cool.
No, they didn't.
Well, it's implied, right?
I thought the whole joke was they fucked.
No, they did. Marcelo, they implied it like it happened.
I don't know. I will watch a different episode.
Come on, dude.
And then
but it was pretty good overall. Very good story. I think there'll be a season 2 for sure.
Cool. I did get through Solo Leveling.
He did it,
and I have
peak.
We'll
fight about it in the next episode, I think.
I was gonna say we can do it next episode. I have opinions.
Can we do?
Not all of them are bad.
But can we do? Okay, Ian. I think you'll agree. I think you'll agree with me. This would be like an amazing episode. Can we just do, like an episode full of things that like Zach hates? So it's not just Solo Leveling.
Yeah, I think it's fair.
What else do we have?
No, we're not gonna say it right now.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't know.
Mushoku
pick anything.
Oh my god, I was gonna say something.
I like to think I was a good sport about Solo Leveling by the end.
I would say, I would like to say you stuck through it. And
I
you
hit
like
a point
watched...
when my brain finally broke, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Who gives a shit? But we'll talk about that on the next episode. Let's talk real fast. Let's shout out some of the stuff that's coming out that is like starting to come out now for this new season.
Wait. Also,
yes.
Zach, did you finish Salaryman?
Oh no, I got about 3 episodes in that.
That was also pretty good, bro.
It was good. The intros, talking about intros, the intro spoils that the Storm Mage, Storm Monarch person is another hot anime lady.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sophie.
I believe you.
But that honestly, no, the show's still pretty good. Like it was consistently good. It didn't really have any dips. I feel like the Red Ranger one, there was maybe like an episode or two that like it slowed down and then it picked back up with like the actual plot. But Salaryman had a pretty steady pace.
It didn't have any like filler,
Nice.
if anything. It was just like straight to the point, progressing the story. And it has like a good, setup for a second season if they ever make it. Because the thing with isekais is that sometimes they don't even make season 2. It just like it serves as a showcase for the manga for people to go and finish the manga, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally.
Which is also kind of like one of my favorite parts of isekai too. The fact that like it's low commitment.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but
isekai.
Speaking of isekais, it's one of the things I wanted to talk about for the new anime that are out this season. The one that's being clowned on the most is that series. It's based on a Korean manhwa, The Beginning After the End, and it is just a wholesale ripoff of Mushoku Tensei.
Yes, great value, Mushoku Tensei.
It is like I watched it's literally like a guy who dies, gets reborn into a fantasy world as a baby with like a magic and warrior parents. Like has like an adult's mind in a child's body. I saw on like Twitter or something, like people were like comparing clips from the first episode, and it was like the exact same shit down to like literally like there's a thing of like the main character in The Beginning After the End where he's laying on the floor reading a big like spell book, like, and they have the same shot with Rudius next to it, and both of them go and scratch their ass at the same time.
Yeah, it was bad.
Okay, but here's the thing. Are they also gonna have my wiener doesn't work arc?
I don't know. We'll find out.
You can't really copy Mushoku Tensei if your wiener doesn't stop working.
I guess we'll have to see if it gets a second season. But no, I just like it was pretty. It's been also the second episode dropped, and apparently like they had a fight that was basically like a slideshow. It's like
horrible. I saw a clip, bro.
Here's
horrible.
a JPEG. Here's a JPEG, and let's just slide them toward each other.
I love that this anime I've never heard of before is taking from everybody, because what do you say the name of it was?
The Beginning After the End. They call it like TBATE, like for short.
Love that, because it kind of sounds like Frierin's Beyond Journey's End. So they're taking from Frieren there a little bit. The story is Mushoku Tensei. Yeah. They're taking Mushoku Tensei's story and then they do the blue lock slides. Oh, yeah. Amazing. They're taking from all the best animes.
It's like it's because and I think I was reading something that like even the creator of the manhwa was like, yeah, I was heavily inspired by Mushoku Tensei, which I'm realizing more and more just means copyright laws are extremely loose in our country, and so I'm just copying it because no one can stop me.
Yeah. The real question is like, why did somebody else read it and be like, this?
I don't know if it's because they're never gonna get caught, and I'm never gonna get caught. But then it's that thing where you suddenly become too good at your job without you knowing, and there's like, oh fuck, and then you have to just go with it.
And I think right now manhwa adaptation is like the new hotness with Solo Leveling, Tower of God. Like that's like it's an untapped market, but it's an untapped market of basically self-published stuff, and so it's all kind of like.
It's a little young.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an editor telling you like, hey dude, you're basically doing Mushoku Tensei again.
Again, we take for granted, I think, that Shonen Jump is an extremely like tough vetting process.
Yeah.
But other shows, let's see. I got the thing pulled up. A new season of Fire Force, never watched it, not my cup of tea. I know you guys
I'll get there one day. By the way, Gaisha Kuta, the writer, she was one of the assistants for Soul Eater and which is the same person as Fire Force. Yeah.
We got a new Windbreaker season 2, which we've seen one episode.
Amazing. Cool. Episode 2 came out today. I will be watching it after we finish this.
I'll be watching it with dinner. Lazarus, which is the new series by Shinichiro Watanabe, who did Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy, Carol and Tuesday, all the most banger anime ever. And so I am interested to see Lazarus.
Also, the music is pretty good for all those anime. Just saying.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I have the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack on vinyl. Kowloon Generic Romance. One episode is out. It is
I love it.
Kind of a trip.
I love it.
It is it's kind of like a workplace slice of life, but with a weird mystery twist I won't get into because I feel like the first episode it just needs to be seen to be understood.
Yeah, I got a friend of mine into it just by telling him you have to watch the whole episode and then the ending is what hooks you, and he's like, okay, I'll check it out, and now he's hooked. So It worked.
Did we say Kaiju already?
Kaiju no Break coming back. Yeah.
Is that this season?
Oh yeah. I also saw the first episode of Yaiba. I really liked it.
Yaiba, holy
That was
crap,
really
that
good.
was so good.
Yeah.
Like
This
and
is a
it's-
Netflix show, right?
Yeah, I mean it's based off an old manga. And so like it has a very retro feel to it, but the animation is so slick because it's Wit Studio. Witch Watch is apparently out. I haven't watched it, but I can't wait to see
I
what
finally find
it's on
out what
Netflix
it's
as well.
about.
I've seen it. It's popped up.
We're finally finding out
the
what's
Witch
going to
Watch.
happen.
Time for me to tell time with my Witch Watch. Also, Ian, I don't. Well, actually, Marcelo, I don't think you've watched it, but me and Ian have been cultured by a little series by the name of Haite Kudasai Takamine-san.
Which means, please put them on Takamine-san.
I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, it is like
It's enjoyable. I was
it is
very cultured, very enjoyable.
very like science fiction heavy.
Yeah, we can leave it light. We can leave the description a little light for this one.
You'll love it.
This would be a tough clip to make. So yeah,
Just
let's
try
not-
to gather your family. If you have like a nice night together watching stuff, we watch
Yeah.
like the first episode of that show.
I'll have Katie on the couch, my dog Dio, and my cat on the other side, and we'll watch
Hell
it
yeah.
all together.
There you go. I'm trying to see if there's anything like else like worth like really hyping up for this season. One Piece is back after a
One Piece.
after what 6 months away, and it's One Piece. That new intro song
Oh my god!
by Green Boys is pretty awesome. It made me feel emotions.
And we got a new Frankie voice too.
Yep. Oh man. Have you guys seen some people on the internet are just the worst and they're just like, oh, this new voice is terrible.
They're being
And
too
it's like,
toxic
okay,
about
what do
it.
you want?
Yeah. Not all of them though.
What do you the voice is fine, but also like what do people want? Like
Yeah.
bring Kazuki Yao back, make him work until he dies.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Also, I don't know which of you was the one that posted it, but I got the amazing freaking news that Hitman Reborn was acquired.
Oh yeah.
The rights were acquired to continue the show, and man, does that fucking make me happy. Because there's only like an arc and a half or two that they didn't animate, but we're back, baby.
Do you want them
Peak is
to
back.
Do you want them to pick up where the previous adaptation left off, or do you want them to start fresh
honestly,
from the beginning?
honestly, it aged really well. Like I'm not gonna lie. There's still like a couple episodes that every once in a while, when I want to feel something, I go back and watch. And like it aged really well. Like the animation still really crispy. It's like Sakamoto Days-esque animation. Obviously the colors aren't as crispy because it was like, it's pretty old. But it holds up really well.
Okay,
So I don't think that there's any need to.
I'm gonna need you to provide me a what's filler, what's not list, because I just looked it up on Crunchyroll. This shit has 200 episodes with 9 seasons.
Hitman Reborn?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure none of it is filler. So it feels when you first watch it, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Because the guy who wrote it wanted to do like a slice of life type stuff, and then it turned into shonen.
Mm-hmm.
So the first, I would say like 10 episodes, you're like, why the fuck is there a baby Chinese ninja making dumplings?
Okay. I found it. So I found a list. It looks like there's only maybe about like maybe at most like 15 to 20 filler episodes.
It's very light.
Maybe
the beginning is not.
Maybe I will.
Yeah,
give it a
and you're gonna
watch.
be like, why is there like a baby dressed as a cow? Just trust their process.
I often question. I ask that all the time. Actually,
Lambo is honestly kind of goated. And when you see how that character works, also kind of goated. Yeah, that show honestly, the best. Can I just say the best part of this is that if it gets good reception, they're gonna make anime figures of it, and I get to finally fucking buy a Hitman Reborn figure, because I'm sure there's maybe like one or two in existence that like were made forever ago, and like I can't.
Then they're probably like $300.
Yeah, somewhere in a Japanese used figure showcase.
Next to a 7-Eleven.
Bro, we're only just now starting to get like more like actual halfway decent Don figures, and like I have no shelf space. It's a crying shame.
Yeah, my wife will kill me if I buy one more figure.
What if you buy a Seiko figure and it's like, don't worry, she's a grandma.
Maybe I'll put her in my office or something. I don't know.
There you go. I think that's kind of like
That's it.
We've come to the end of things to talk about.
We've done it.
We've played our last number.
Here comes the part where we don't know how to wrap it up. So
No, I got it. I thought of something. No, not really, but I feel it. It's coming out, and here it comes. Thank you, everybody, for those of you that made it all the way to the end. Once again, with the clean outro. I just want to reiterate what Zach was talking about. Make sure you get involved with all of our social. We're trying to make sure that we reply to everybody that like starts a conversation. Like for the Fujimoto episode, I know somebody was talking about how they love, like how he's a genius. He is. Since then I've started reading Fire Punch. Guess what? Amazing.
Yes, sir.
So please get involved. I would say if you guys want to comment what your favorite anime theme and or intro or outro is, please do so. Or like if there's any like odd ones that you think we haven't heard, please feel free to share with us. Obviously part of this is not only us talking about the stuff we like, but also hopefully through you guys finding something new that we will like. So please join us and follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook is not there yet, but one day. YouTube, Instagram, and yeah, bro. Really appreciate all of you guys that have listened thus far. Until next time, this has been that time. See ya.
See ya.